What's up, everybody? Welcome back to racingdudes.com. Welcome back to another one of our Kentucky Derby horse profiles. We go through every horse leading up to the 2026 Kentucky Derby. And on this video, we're going to talk about So Happy, winner of the Santa Anita Derby. So Happy here up on the screen now for you. 4 starts overall, 3 wins and a third. 3 starts this year, 2 wins and a third for So Happy. All right, let's go down here to the results of this horse. Like I said, the 4 races there for you. Debut maiden special weight win at Del Mar, and then went right to the San Vicente and won again there. 2 races in sprint stakes, or excuse me, sprint company there, the maiden special weight and the San Vicente. Stretched out to 2 turns, and that's what's important. That's what we're looking at for this video for sure. And the San Felipe going a mile and 16th. He certainly took a step backwards. He ran third and you know, just kind of maybe looked like a horse that might be more of a sprinter, which is fine. And you know, but maybe don't go on towards the Kentucky Derby. Well, they tried it again. They stretched him out to a mile and an eighth next time out in the Santa Anita Derby. And wow, did he not run extremely well in that race? Zoomed home and hit the wire well ahead of Potente. Kind of just left him in the dust after Potente left So Happy in the dust in the San Felipe. So obviously he just didn't run very well in that race, right? But the Santa Anita Derby, he came back and ran excellent. So maybe he can go 2 turns and be very effective doing it. Let's look at the pedigree. And this was kind of why some people thought maybe that wasn't the best effort in the San Felipe. Maybe he is kind of a sprinter. He's by Run Happy, who of course did his best running on 1 turn out of a Blame mare. Of course, he did his best running going long, especially at Churchill Downs, as he won the Breeders' Cup Classic going a mile and a quarter. The tricky thing with Run Happy is, and the thing you got to remember, he had no training whatsoever. Basically, it was a little bit of a circus, if you remember, around Run Happy and his trainer, and it's just a mess, and I'm not going to get into it. So we truly never know what he could have been, right? But he certainly on the racetrack was best going 1 turn. He looked really good doing it. But you know, again, he if he throws a 2-turn horse, it's not overly surprising, I think, for So Happy. And maybe this is one of those horses that can go long. He did look good going a mile and an eighth. You know, look, as far as running style with this horse, I do think he's one that's going to be a little bit more forward. You know, I don't think he's going to be towards the back for sure. I think he'll be, you know, whether he's on the lead, probably not, but I do think he'll be in that stalking position. I think him and maybe Further Ado going to be sitting kind of close to each other. I do think you're going to put this horse towards the front a little bit more than the back. So I think he'll get kind of that nice stalking trip. If the pace isn't too bad, I think he gets first run on some of the main contenders, and maybe he can pull a little bit of an upset. Really cool to see Mike Smith and Mark Glatt team up to have a horse in the Kentucky Derby. 2 good guys in racing here, and 2 guys that I don't think anybody's going to be sad about if they were to win the Kentucky Derby. Mark Glatt trying to get his first one, obviously. This is his first runner in the Derby, where Mike Smith trying to get one of many Kentucky Derby trophies, add to the trophy case there for him. As far as the negative goes, I do think there's still a little bit of worry that he might be, you know, at his absolute best when sprinting. That's kind of got erased a little bit, though. The inconsistency, maybe that's something that you got to look at and go, man, you know, if he runs the Santa Anita Derby race, yeah, maybe he's right there. But if he runs the San Felipe race, he's going to be up the track, and that's definitely true. So, you know, I think that's going to, you know, a little bit of an inconsistency there when stretching out. But, you know, look, I think the positives do outweigh the negatives with this horse. I think he is one that is going to show up and really, if he can kind of sit that trip that we're talking about, who knows? He may stick his nose in front there when we come towards home, and then it's just a matter of can he finish in a strong manner. So, final verdict on me for So Happy. I am indecisive about how exactly to use him. I don't have him as a main win contender. Certainly would not be shocked if he won, but you know, you can't play them all, right? So I don't really have him as a main win contender. Kind of have him as an underneath play as of right now. But you know, again, I'm still just a little skeptical that a mile and a quarter is going to be where we see him. He's absolute best. I know he won at a mile and eighth. I'm a little skeptical still of the distance. I'm skeptical of the California horses in general. it felt like a little bit of a weaker crop this year. So I do have some skepticism, but I think, I don't want to talk you off this horse if you really like him. There are positives there. And look, if he can build on his last race, he's right there with a chance to win. So I've kind of got him as an underneath horse right now, but as we get closer to the race, we'll see if that changes. All right, guys, thanks everybody for joining us for this video. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you really like it. Want to get alert anytime we do videos like this. And most importantly, stay tuned to the channel for more Kentucky Derby news.